So, hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So, my name's Claire, and everything I do is about empowering you on your twin flame journey, your inner divine feminine, your inner divine masculine, and whatever's going on in a twin flame connection. And yeah, so I was going to sit down and just do my usual, a wee twin flame therapy, a wee twin flame love story or karmic story. It can often turn out to be like all of mixture of all of it, and I will do one of them after, but yeah, I'm being guided to, when I've got the energy to, to just do more of my healings, more of my shamanic journeys. I don't feel like doing a shamanic journey. I mean, it might turn into that, but what I was going to do is I was actually just going to do a very simple short healing and just allow the energy to flow. So I'm a Reiki master as well, although with the nature of me being a shaman, and even before I went down that route, it was just basically very powerful spiritual healing that was flowing through me. Yeah, I was just going to sit here and send you some, so I could just very awkwardly sit here and stare at the camera, but a bit awkward. But it's a Pisces moon, so if there's any chance of me being able to do that, it would be now. And yeah, I just feel quite peaceful. I've come back from spending a lovely day with one of my besties and her kids, and it's just I'm very chilled. I'm quite sleepy because I was kind of like, should I do a live? But I'm spontaneous, but I don't think so. So I think I'm being told to do this, and then by the time you're watching this, I'll be getting on with tidying my room because I haven't done that yet. So that's a plan. See, there you go. That's me changing up the habit of lifetime rather than coming and helping other people. I'm helping people now, but I think it would be wise to have my tea after this and do what I can. So if you're new around here, I always basically I always do my own, like basically I pray and I open a sacred space before I do any video. So although it might seem like I've just grabbed the phone and like whether you see my hands or on here, I always do something before I come on. But because I don't know what you've done today, they're guiding me to do that before I go into some of the healing. So like I said, I'm actually just going to get quiet and still and ask them what the intention for this healing is, because I don't know. And the thing is, I think I might shuffle. I think I will tune in and see what they say to me, and then I'll shuffle these surrender cards, and then knowing how this usually works, whatever it is they tell me, the card's probably going to back it up. But if it doesn't, it just means we need both. So, but sometimes it happens, but something might not come through. You know, it might just be for me to get peaceful and still. Is it going to start pouring rain again? I think it might. Anyway, it might be quite noisy for you. So if it is, sorry about that. Free. It's also Ascended Masters of. I think that might be what that's about. You know. Oh yeah, so if you're new, oh yeah, I was about to say that if you're new, everything I do is channeling. So it means that like the way I come on here has everything to do with how it's going to make sense to you, like the bits where I'm reading the energy. And like I said, I feel tired, but I feel quite peaceful. So maybe I'm channeling the energy of somebody that you're at the end of a journey. And it feels like that Nine of Wands, Wounded Warrior. Oh yeah, and that was reading that I done yesterday. And like I said, I'm going to do, well, I think I'm going to do that. Just a usual sort of check-in. But anyway, so if you want to do this, well, I don't know exactly what it's for, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clear your energy. So it's just my usual violet flame channeled meditation, light code activation. They pulled me to the futures in your hands, and it's got the lightning bolts. Actually, that's what's got the potential to turn into here because it's been really hot today. But anyway, so lightning bolts to me are like shock, surprise, things happening out of the blue. So things like that could have happened to you if you're watching this in real time because it was Aquarius moon, and that's what that's about. But But right, so anyway, if you just close your eyes and breathe in, telling yourself relax, and breathe out, telling yourself release. And I'm going to light the sage again. Breathe in, telling yourself relax, and breathe out, telling yourself release. Breathing in, relax, breathing out, release. Breathing in, relax, breathing out, release. Oh, and I can feel a lot of healing coming into your heart chakra if you're open to it. They always tell me by doing it on me. And so I want you to begin to imagine a cloud of mist forming above the top of your head. And that cloud of mist has the power to dispel any negative energies or entities, anything hanging about your aura that doesn't serve you at this time. Just see that cloud of mist falling over the top of your head, moving over your soul star chakra, clearing any black magic, spell work, gossip, deception, trickery, anything that I might not know the names of as well, but anything, you know, basically generally under the terms of fuckery. Because that's, you know, like I explain all the time if you're new, like black magic and spell work is what I've just said as well. Like it's malicious, rumours, slander, anywhere where people have made it look one way, twisted it, you know, it's, and again, it's, all of that's quite complicated because some people can know exactly what they're doing, and I'd say most of the time, because I got drawn to 7 minutes, it reminds me of 7 Swords, like, you know, the sneaky bastards card is that other guy that I watch on YouTube would say, but it's sometimes it can be, you know, you just find yourself falling into stuff like that, and it's manipulation, and it's so okay, this will make sense to everyone. Again, that's now I get why I'm doing it, because the shadow side of Gemini is gossip and all of this stuff. So I just feel, yeah, perhaps it's with what I've been picking up on, because like I said, I really don't like that. The word bullying keeps coming up, and there's all types of, like, you know, there's obvious bullying and there's quite covert bullying, and there's ones where, you know, it's just, it's like I said, I'm going to get a deck of cards where it's got the angel of bullying in it, which is sounds kind of funny, but it's about, you know, supporting you if there's been injustice or that. So, but yeah, so I'm really sorry if you have ever, you know, been subject to that, because what they're sort of saying to me is, and it makes sense with where the Pisces is in my chart, I feel this isn't like just current, you know, like I feel this could have been from like years ago, like perhaps when some of you have been with like toxic exes or something, or but I feel this is like as far back as childhood as well, like perhaps where people have experienced, or teenage years, like some kind of bullying, or because I definitely know, you know, like again, I didn't foresee this, but I definitely know, even like, you know, without, when I was really young, like because I didn't know, like teenage years, because I didn't know that I had all these different difficulties. Again, I don't like I don't like calling it disorders. I don't like any difficult. I don't like any of these words, because I see the ADHD and the different things that I've got as a superpower, because there's a lot of things I can do that other people carry. But like I said, I make no secret about it. There are everyday things that other people find quite easy, and I get really overwhelmed with. So, but yeah, like when I reflected on that when I got older, and I looked back at like some of my early years in high school, it wasn't as well. No, it was actually. It wasn't as strong as, like, I wouldn't have. But I sometimes see, like, sometimes it's like you don't actually want to accept that. But you know, if you are kind of being quite isolated, and I'm more kind of okay. With the fact that I've just turned 40, I think I'm alright with telling this story. But it's kind of like I'm more thinking that because I kind of went from like chatty cafe mode at primary, and then went in high school, and then I was just really kind of like, I don't know, I had a real kind of thing about not not needing like new friends because I already had friends, but kind of, you know, you don't know at that age, it's like, but you make a whole load of new friends and from different schools, you know, and that's what people do, you know, you gel. And I've always said to other people that are younger than me, or I always used to say to my friends or kids, like, you know, make sure that doesn't happen to any of them, like, you know, make sure they know to make that effort as soon as you go to high school, because if you don't, I think it can be quite hard to, because like I said, I had friends, but because I was so quiet, they put me in like classes where, well, basically, they put me in all the classes, the lowest, you know, the lowest classes, assuming that yeah, that I couldn't do any better than basically the lowest classes. I don't know what to say, like, you know, we had other words for these, but they were completely wrong, because I was actually very intelligent. I was just you know, was just very, very overwhelmed. And then so like I said, I never know, like, again, it's not that's not bullying. It's like although no, there is, I'm just not, again, I'm 40 now, but there is, you know, there was definitely things that were more like, it was more like, you know, people were like, oh, you don't need any more friends, you've got me. And then when that person changes their mind, it's like, oh, right, fucking here I am, like, I've no fuck made an effort with anyone, and I'm, so maybe someone's in a bit of a situation like that. It's so interesting because me and my friends have just been talking about introvert, extrovert, and everything. And anyway, bit of a strange one, but anyway, I'll go. So now, so oh yeah, and I asked you to close your eyes. So you're listening, like, oh yeah, so okay, there's something in this. Again, some of you won't have closed your eyes, but so I think we're going to be clearing things to do with just basically inner child wounds. So whether it was things like whatever I've described and whatever that is, like, you know, maybe having undiagnosed things. We'll just call it undiagnosed things because I don't like any of these words that describe it. Like disorder, basically. So I don't like any of them kind of things. Um, and then the more obvious, like, you know, if you were bullied or anything like that, or any kind of like isolate, like, again, they are, again, you know, they're guiding me a wee bit controversial there, but when am I not, you know, and it's bit, I'm just laughing at the fact that like the astrology is like totally conjunct my North Node in the 8th house, so it's kind of like, it's, and you know, that's secret, so it's hidden pain. So I'm kind of, they're making it, they're generalising it out. I wouldn't be surprised if that toxic relationship card comes out that deck, you know, something like that. But it's like, they seem to be telling me it's about clearing hidden pain. And it feels like it's the kind of pain that, like, you're not, you could even go into denial about for yourself, because you wouldn't want to be like, oh yeah, that wasn't bullying. Because even then, I think there's still some sort of resistance in me, because it's like, you think, well, you know what I mean? Like, you, because I'm older now and I'm like 40, and it's like, it wasn't nice anyway, do you know what I mean? Like, and because I was in a lot of classes where, oh yeah, see what I mean? It's like, you gotta be careful when I'm doing this. It was like, I would see like my best pals at the, I'm sorry, it's like, I'm laughing at all the things dropping down from YouTube, like the notifications on this particular phone. It's really not, well, it's kind of good, it comes down, it tells you. I think, do you know what? It's really weird. Like, I feel like I'm doing some kind of clearing for, like, I'm not gonna say one of yous, for all of us, where I think it'll help you release some kind of like stuck pain for it, especially like for a lot of twin flames that are coming into contact and stuff. I just feel when when they led me that clip of New Girl, oh yeah, wow, that's really clever, New Girl, because that's what I've just described. See, that's what I love about what I do. Like, I've not even used any cards yet, and I'm just going with what they're telling me to speak about. And think about it, I'm speaking about when I was the new girl, when everyone was the new girl and the new boy at high school. And you would just go along with your peers, like, you know, make the effort to make friends, because that's what everyone else is doing, 40, 44. But because of me having dyslexia, dyspraxia, ADHD, you know, I just went in a complete freeze mode and overwhelm. And And like I said, I was just kind of like, oh, I've already got my best pals, and they're not in my class, but I'll see them at the break. Just kind of assuming that that's just the way it was always going to be. But also, like I said, it was heavily influenced at the time by the friend at the time being like, she didn't want me to make friends with anyone else. You know what I mean? So I think there might be, I think there might be a bit of a wound here around maybe attracting friendships like that, where you might, well, again, I'm describing codependency here, haven't I? I was just saying that, but I get sick of using that word, but this is what I'm an expert at helping people with. I feel there might have been, I feel this is really going to speak to some of yous where you might have had yeah, that I'm just thinking about when I'm pulling cards about the village and the community and reverse, and because it's like, although bullying might be too strong a term to use for something, like it can just be that you don't gel with someone anymore. But again, it is a form of covert bullying. You know what I mean? When somebody is more on their own and a whole load of people go to one side, and it's like, and especially if you've not actually done anything wrong. And again, people that have got a similar path to mine, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, because as you grow in confidence, you might have been able to see it. It does come down to jealousy. It's not always that clear cut, but a lot of the time it is. But anyway, there's something with this. So okay, so I'm going to trust that that's going to speak to whoever it needs to. So see that was all the soul star chakra, by the way. So you see, notice I mentioned clearing black magic, spell work, right? And I've spoken about that for 17 minutes, right? And that's black magic, spell work. It's kind of like if you've ever felt like quite isolated and alone, and especially if there was words, and because that's what I mean about, to me, actual bullying is if people are actually kind of talking about your back and kind of or talk to you. There's worse, more obvious bullying where people are being really horrible with your face and kind of not. And that's the kind of things that I feel a lot of, there's some people that wouldn't happen to. Like, for instance, like somebody couldn't bully me like that outwardly, like that. Although they actually kind of could in a way. It has happened on courses and stuff because I'm so nice. If people's been, like, I've spoken about this loads of times, like, but they're getting me to talk about it. Like, it happens with a lot of older folk that they could just really give me quite, like, being really nippy. And again, it's through jealousy. For me being good at something and being younger, and it's not, that's bullying too. But I would always just be kind of quite robust and be like, there's something in them that needs healed, and I'm triggering them, like triggering their demons. But some of those situations have been really, really painful, to be honest with you. Like, they've happened years ago now, but that's happened more than once, online and offline. And they're only getting me to describe my own situations here because it feels like the fairest thing, like, because I'm being generalised here, talking about things like from when I was younger or a few years ago, and but it's just as bad. I suppose that's what they're saying to me. Like, there's bullying that's like really obvious where somebody can't speak back, and it's just really in your face, and people can see it. And then there's covert stuff that is more hidden and manipulative, and all kind of like that's psychic attack. Actually, you can feel it all sort of going on, but it could be quite hard to prove, and people could even make it look like you're crazy. Because, like, a lot of times, especially if there's any kind of people that are quite narcissistic involved, because they'll get everybody's on their side and flying monkeys and everything. And but this is why it keeps coming out in the cards. Like, that always gets, I do believe in justice prevailing. That always sort of comes back to bite you in the ass or slap you in the face, or, you know what I mean? Like, karma. It's a Pisces moon, guys. My Pluto's going in, tapping into the hidden stuff. Right, so that's what's getting cleared at the soul star chakra, and that's to do your own unique soul's calling. So look at all that crap that's going on combined. And then the energy falls over the crown, where again there's a huge attack on our crown chakras in the world too, with what they named the thingamajigger. But so yeah, the energy falls over your crown chakra, connecting you to that higher power if you may have been disconnected. And if you're reading between the lines of what I'm saying here as well, so if you feel like anything disconnected you from your intuition and your higher power, we're very much putting out there that gets cleared right now. Speaking in code. So now the energy goes down over your third eye, helping you to see whatever you still can't see that's a bit of a trick or an illusion. Anyone that you perhaps shouldn't be trusting as much as you are right now. Especially because it's just got reached 21 minutes, and 21 minutes is the world. Well, 21 is the world card, because I say it in every video. But it's karma completing. Karmic completion, karmic lessons. So I very much feel there's some karmic lessons that are closing out right now. If they haven't already, they've closed out. They've already closed out for a lot of people, but some people are in the middle of closing out or towards the end. And you've learned the lessons that you need to learn. So I feel if you've already seen where the deception and the confusion and illusion is around you, rather than holding on to the anger, and if anyone's thinking about revenge, or getting some kind of justice over this, that depends on what we're talking about here. It's about knowing that you don't need to go and do that. That'll happen anyway. Like I've said before, it might, I said in the last video, it can kind of upset me, because it's like I don't wish any harm to come to anyone, even people that hate me out there. I hate the word, I do, ironically I hate the word hate, but I do. But it's like, I really hope everybody's happy that I've had anything to do in my past, even if they quite frankly fuck me over. Which there's, like I said, there's a lot of them in all walks of life, but it doesn't always come back that way, because that's only a reflection of how much I love and accept myself, which is a lot, because I'm here to teach people that, but I also had to learn how to get into that myself. And when you're in unconditional love, which even before I was in a really lovely place of inner union, which I've been really frank about the whole journey on here, that even when I thought I was a few years ago, I had a lot of codependency sort out there, but I really do feel in a great place with all of that now. And that's what I wish for all of you listening as well, if you're not already there. But I've always come from unconditional love, but that's the problem, is when you come from a very compassionate, loving space, and particularly unconditional love, which is a rarity, people can take advantage of that if you let them. So you do have to have healthy boundaries. And that's because I'm filming this in a Pisces moon. Pisces is about no boundaries. It's about unconditional love, actually. It's about kindness, compassion, but which are all beautiful things, and it's true love, by the way. So it's very twin flames. Spiritual connections. It can be karmic connections too, but it can be past lives, because we can have past lives of our karmic connections of any kind, romantic and friendship and otherwise, and of our twin flames, of course. But yeah, there's something here about being able to see that you've got to have your limits, you've got to have healthy boundaries, because if you're going to be willing to give, people, there will always be people that will take, energy vampires. So you have to know your limits. If you're singing from that old hymn sheet of, oh, I'm a lovely person and I'm lovely to everyone, and it's only because they're like this because of that, or they're like this because they have a bad childhood, and and that's true, for a lot of people, especially bullies, or people that are not acting very nice, whatever way you want to say, because like I said, bullies is always, not always going to be appropriate because it's a strong word, but hurt people is the best thing that I've always said. You've got to know where to draw the line with that, you know, and particularly if we're talking, I feel we are clearing where people have got stuck in really toxic situations where you keep making excuses for people. And at some point you've got to recognise that if you're going to keep running to save somebody every time they're in a crisis, they're going to become dependent on you always being that saviour. And so you have to recognise and take personal responsibility within yourself to not, you know, that you can make it that way. That was a tough lesson I had to learn throughout my life as well. People was where people had become almost expectant that, you know, if things got really tough, that Claire's always going to be there. And although I like to think, you know, anybody that I've ever been connected to, and the fact, like, whether it's clients or personal life or anything, like, you know, they're not wrong. You know, it's like, I pray every day, you know, for everyone in my life. Like, you know, I pray for people that I pray for people that don't like me. So if you don't like me, you're in, your quid's in as well. But it's you're getting free prayers, and my prayers are powerful the way they come through. But it's kind of like, yeah, interesting. But you know what I mean. It doesn't mean, you know, access will be denied in the physical. So again, it does sound extreme, doesn't it? But that's the way they're saying it to me. I feel some of you either had to do that in the past, or you have to do it now. And for some of you, that can be really difficult because it could be romantic current partners, it could be romantic people from the past that aren't taking the message on board from the films that I've been getting led to. And believe me, the synchronicities that have even been led to today and stuff. Like my friend was just telling me about something like on Netflix. It was about something quite simple. It was about stalkers, and I was like, why does this theme keep coming up? I was a bit worrying. But you see, the 12 houses are hidden, you know. I might pause this if they get a bit rowdy, but there's people shouting in the street. They've stopped now. There's always going to be noise and distraction in life. We have to go with it. This is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but anyway, this they want me to do a chakra clearing, obviously, a unique chakra clearing for where we're at, so that's fine. So now that is going over your third eye, so just, you know, take on board everything I said there. I feel there might be a bit of denial of how bad things have actually been. That's what I'm picking up on as well, because the 12th house is all about that. It's the hidden. Like I said, the moon in Pisces is 12th house because it's 12th house is Pisces, but the way I look at it, and but also because all the Gemini planets right now are conjunct my calling, you know, my North Node. It's and in my 8th house, it's like these are the two hidden houses. And then actually, where the Pisces in my chart is also the 4th house. So we're hitting with my combination of doing this. It's all the hidden stuff. So I'm picking up a lot of trauma, combined trauma, different bits and bobs for people. Okay, so now the energy moves down over the throat chakra, and you see how like that's when it would be quite difficult to even definitely to tell somebody else, but even to admit to yourself that that's, even if you can't name it, like you're like, it doesn't feel right to call this bullying, but it's something, like it's made me feel uncomfortable. So I'll let you just take a moment just to sit with that as I'm sending healing to the throat chakra for anybody that's finding it hard to talk about their pain. And so now the energy moves down over the higher heart chakra, where we call on Saint Germain, the violet flame, to cleanse, clear and delete any previous requests that no longer serve our highest good, to make way for what will serve our highest good, and the highest good of all involved, across all timeline, space and dimension versions of self. Calling on that healing energy for our true twin flames as well, if their higher self is open to it, if their energy, and like I always say, you basically share that, so that energy, and especially if you are coming closer in to merging with your twin like that, it's very, very close. And so now the energy moves down over your heart, pulling in unconditional love and compassion for exactly where you're at in your journey right now, whether you be one of the twin flames that is in a peaceful place of inner union and letting go of the rest of it, because you know that just being happy in the present moment can attract a lot of the things that you want in life, whether it be love, success, happiness, truly being detached, which, like I always say with it, it takes work. It takes a lot of work. And like I always say, I don't like to terrify people with the fact that how long I've been on a journey. So again, you can read that in the scripture bit if you're new. I don't need to actually sort of name it all, because I truly, as I've said the whole time, that I've been doing this work behind the scenes, you see that was hidden. And then the last sort of nearly 3 years, like 2.5 years, that I've been more vocal about what I've been doing behind closed doors, help people with. I truly do believe I will still having a rough ride of it, because I am a teacher on this journey. That was a big thing for me to accept, that not only am I a shaman, I am a shamanic teacher, which is not the way that all people that follow a shamanic path go to. I know loads of people that follow the path of shamanism and they just done it for themselves. They just done it to sort of be stereotypical, but to to go and hang out with the trees and, to treat Mother Earth a bit kinder and nicer and, meet some like-minded people, whereas my path was a bit stronger than that, to become a shamanic teacher in my own right, which a shamanic teacher with a difference, actually, I might add, because I'm a medium and a counsellor and a hypnotherapist and the light code activations and inner child healing, it's just a wee clary mix, and then it's 33 minutes. So Jesus, yes, Jesus and Mary Magdalene vibes and Goddess Isis. And so again, I feel they're getting me to say this at the heart chakra, because it's like this is, and it's kind of interesting because it was almost making me want to cry there. And I'm just realising that when I got drawn to free and I said Ascended Masters, and now they're reminding me again of free, and I've been drawn to the big, what's a picture of a blue balloon over there. It's like, I do feel in that video I done yesterday, like I was definitely channeling some strong energies of Jesus anyway, but Jesus and Mary Magdalene, I would say, and it was because I was describing being witnessed. And there is a card in my I've got 2 Mary Magdalene decks, but one of them, which is about the witness, and then they drew my eyes at 3:33 in the morning, like this morning, to whenever I put in the community tab what I put in, because I noticed, whatever I put, I can't remember now, but they also pulled me to a thumbnail that is actually that witness card. So this is what's in there. It's deep stuff. It's so I don't know whether this is really sometimes I feel they're getting me to do a clearing where it's one that you could listen to every day or something, but this, I don't, unless you really want to, nobody's stopping you. I don't think this is what this one is. I tend to do more unique for just the combined energy of whatever it is right now. But remember, because it's past, present and future, some people aren't at this bit yet. So if you come to visit, to me, it's like, this is like, although this is a recorded video and you can watch it again and again, it's about holding space. This is the way that I teach a shamanic circle, whether it's live or on recorded. It's just when it's recorded and on myself, it's a bit more peaceful. which is why I feel I'm not guided to do a live stream, because it's more upbeat and bantery, whereas it feels like this is really quite tender, fragile for people. And I'm tapping into those parts of me. The parts where, you know, when you've been struggling as either a really, really young child or a teenager or even an older adult in some circumstances, or whatever age you are, and you look back and you're like, that wasn't right, what happened to me? Ah, right, they are saying to do that. Okay, so I'm going to finish that. I did wonder. I think they've tricked me into doing a shamanic journey. So right, we're going to have to, because this is some deep. I didn't foresee this. It's because it's fine. I didn't foresee this coming up for people. So I'm going to set the intention that we're going to go on a shamanic journey once I do the rest of the chakras, to basically to heal the parts of our inner child, the different parts that are going to speak to. That's going to speak to for each person. Okay, so that's what we're going to do, because I'm talking to you. Again, when I talk a little bit more motherly, it's because I'm talking to your inner child. Whatever age they may be. And for some of you, like I said, it might be your adult self. It could be something that's happened more recently. So whatever it is, we're all gonna hold space for each other. And include, you know, this might sound a bit strange, but I'm also extending that to anybody that's like, I don't know how to say this, but like if you're recognizing that, like, wow, I think I have been like a karmic energy for that person, like I feel I might have caused that person pain, whether you're like, whether you know because you done it knowingly, or you know, whether it was kind of something that's like come from an unhealed shadow place. Because I feel a lot of the treatment that is done to ourselves, you know, it's not always that it's that fairy story where you experience some kind of mistreatment, and so you never do that to, you know, anyone around you or your own kids. Like, say for instance, like when the people that experience that in childhood, you know, sometimes it can be that if you're not, you know, if it's not in your awareness, like basically it's unconsciously, like you could do that to others, and then once it comes into your awareness, you're like, wow, I think I might have treated that person unfairly, and now I can actually see that. And so I really just want to hold space that this is all really, it's really deep, but it's really beautiful too, because it's at the heart chakra. It's about, you know, right now, if you're recognizing that, I think, you know, that you have to really dig deep for that, because I feel if you're like, no, I've never done anything like that to anyone ever, you know, like I would dig a little deeper, because listen to what I'm saying, unconsciously. So you didn't mean to do it, but could there have been something, like, because I feel really all of us have done that at some point. And I just want you to hold space for yourself there, and just give a bit of love for yourself, being like, you know what, I don't think I didn't act right in that situation. I didn't know any better, and now I do know better. And I just want you to right now just take a moment to just, from your heart, just send out love to anybody that comes to mind, and just really trust. Like, this is, again, I'm just going with this. They're just God speaking through me. I actually, to be specific, I feel this is Goddess Isis channeling. It's a bit of a mixture of Goddess Isis channeling, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Jesus. It's basically all my combined energies coming in here. I feel that, you know, the archetypes I work with, but it's send love out from your heart, and a heartfelt apology from your heart, you know, acknowledging that it might not be appropriate, or it might not, you might not even know where someone is or what they're doing, or, but just if people came to mind, you know, whether it be one or a couple or whatever, just send love out from your heart to theirs, and whatever way you want to do that, whether you're like telepathically being like, I'm really sorry, I didn't act right in that situation, and I hope you're happy wherever you are, whether you know where this person is or not, or just, I'm going to stay quiet, I'm just going to allow you all to do that, right? So just to be clear, give yourself some sort of compassion for the way you've acted in the past. And I'm talking about, because they are telling me that, you know, there are like people that would be considered karmic energies of anyone that could be listening, that are, again, it's, you know, and this, I do get it, because this is, you know, like I said, remember my Pluto and Scorpio's in the 12th house. So I can handle a huge amount of pain. And before I used to be like, oh yeah, I can handle it, and I'll listen to anybody's horror story, or, you know, because I can handle it. And the thing is, I can handle, like, some of the stories about, like, I can handle a lot. I don't need to. So, I mean, that's something that I've learned, you know, I don't need to. And when I do, it's for work. And it's not always paid, I might add, because it is, like I said, it's very much my calling. It's part of what I'm here to do. But notice, it doesn't need to mean that every single session I do is free, because that's not fair either. But I need to be in charge of that, what's comfortable for me, and when it gets a bit uncomfortable, I pull back a bit and balance the scales. But I really do, I believe in good karma. Remember, my North Node's in the 8th house, so I do believe that, and that's something that they're saying to me, you know, some of you might be like that too. I've had a lot of people question whether I feel, I just sense, you know, that I can tell people are like, is she for real? Like, why would anybody do that? Why would anybody do something that nice for somebody that they hardly know? I've often asked myself that, you know, at the start of it, I was doing really heavy stuff like that, but I know why. And that's why I love astrology, because it helps me understand why. But also because of where the kind placements are, including that Pluto there. If you use that in the wrong way, it's not good. And so again, if anybody recognises that they've got these places, like, oh yeah, I could, you know, I could do your help, but it's kind of like, but if you can move through your own pain and darkness, you know, you can, it's very selfless. But again, you, like said, if you like that, that's why it's dangerous, because it's like you could set yourself on fire, like helping everybody else, and not be helping yourself. And I've walked through that part of my journey where I would be helping everybody else, but actually I was really needing to help myself. And because it's the house of self-sabotage. That's why I've made it my life's work to really study this in people, which scares a lot of people, because I can see where you're basically self-sabotaging very clearly with a bit of chat. But I can also help you with it. So if you're willing to trust me, I can help you. So, right, okay, now I'm going to be quiet, because they're saying, just, hopefully you've forgiven yourself for any past behaviour that you're not proud of. And you know, if you are actually, what they're saying is, if you are in a position to actually apologise, you know, say sorry for, like, you know what, I was thinking about this, and I'm really sorry if I hurt you, like, I wasn't in a good place in my life, or this hadn't come to my awareness, like, you know, and that can go a long way for people. But again, I'm aware that for some of you, it just feels too uncomfortable, or it's, you know, that ship has sailed, or whatever it might be. Or, you know, some of these people might, you know, some people might be in spirit, you know, or you just don't know, you know, you don't know where they live anymore, or move countries or whatever. But now what I want you to do is, I want you to, hopefully you've forgiven yourself, because again, I can tell, you know, basically everything I do is deliverance as well. We're freeing ourselves of this. And I know that might be really difficult. I can feel it's really difficult for some of you, because you're like, but Claire, you don't know what I've done. Or the really weird one is, like, if there's anyone listening to this that's not done right by me, that might be even more awkward. But just know that, you know, I forgive you. If there's anybody out there, and like I said, there is a really long list in a lot of areas of my life. I genuinely do mean it. Like, you know, there's definitely people I wouldn't want to sit down and have a coffee tea with or a coffee, or go for a drink or a dance or whatever, you know, but I forgive you. Like, I don't want anybody to be held back by anything. And if you knew, you know, some of my deepest, darkest secrets, that's quite a bold, big statement to make, but it is true. And now what I want you to do is imagine a beam of pink and green light coming from your heart. Oh wow, and when I put my hands on my own heart there, they got really hot. Just imagine that beam of light coming from your heart out to either the one person that came to mind, or if there's quite a few, whatever it is, you know, just imagine, and being serious, like maybe it's like you're kind of like, I want to put out there, like, if I have unintentionally, unconsciously hurt anybody without really even, yeah, you weren't aware of how you were behaving, you were acting quite, you know, unconsciously, basically, just on autopilot, I don't know, like something, let's just say that where you definitely know that you have hurt someone, or you suspect, or unknowingly, let's just send that beam of pink and, oh, they're saying pink and gold now, that feels like Shamuel or something, Archangel Shamuel, or Jophiel, these kind of angels coming in. God, now I'm hearing Uriel, they never usually get me to name them all, but they're saying, and absolutely Archangel Raphael with the green. And remember, when I mentioned different colours, it's important, because I don't like to assign different angels to chakras and colours, and that's how I work a bit differently. Whatever colours mean to you is what it means to you. That's what I find important. But I do tend to be very Virgo about it, and I do like the green and pink for the heart chakra, which is what commonly a lot of people would associate. But maybe you don't. Maybe you see your heart chakra as blue or pink or purple, or, well, I just said pink, you know, whatever, red, whatever. You're not wrong. That's the way I teach. Because I feel a lot of you might have been made to feel like you were wrong. That it was wrong to be you, to be different. It's not. You've been made, uniquely you. Now that's interesting, because from that hilarious deck, the card that fell on the floor, I just picked up New Beginnings, but one of the cards when I was picking them up said unique. And it's one where it's like, you're unique and special and there's something different about you, and, you know, something like that. But it'll probably come out now. I've said it in the reading, but basically, yeah, just keep imagining those green and pink beams going out to anybody that you know that you've hurt, or that you suspect, anybody that you're not aware of, but you're just like, that's my intention. We're freeing ourselves from this. And now imagine the green and pink and gold and whatever you saw that was going out to them, just pull it back now to your heart. And that's not meaning that you're taking away the forgiveness or compassion that you just gave. So some of you, it's like, they're telling me that because that was you sending out love, saying sorry, but now I want you to extend an invite to wherever somebody has hurt you. Be open to, just because you're putting out that, see, this is energetic work, so people can feel this. Now put a call out wherever anybody wants to give genuine, so we're only accepting genuine, heartfelt healing back. I want you to just take a moment to imagine the same pink and green and gold lights coming back at you, healing. Because let's acknowledge that there's a lot of situations where you might have been in something where you've equally, two people have hurt one another. It's not always that way, I know, But for a lot of things it is. Usually when you dig quite deep it can be. Because there are definitely circumstances where people can really hurt you, but that wasn't their intention. And like I said, it was quite not meant, is really what they're saying to me. You're open to receive that coming back to you. And so now just imagine all your own energy coming back to you, and you're receiving any love back from anyone's souls that might want to reach out to you. Possibilities, free-spirited, adventure, risks just fell on the floor. And I mean, those cards are way over on the couch, so that's a message for someone coming through. Maybe it's freed up a bit of, a blocked heart space. That's what it feels like. That was freeing up. That was blocking your heart, you see. Something that you're carrying, some kind of pain and guilt at your heart. Or maybe just some kind of pain and, resentment. I feel like if somebody's not apologised to you for something. And I'm just going to also put a request out, right, that we're putting out there that should God want to orchestrate circumstances where literal things could come about in the physical, where an apology comes your way, or there's an opportunity where there's an apology for you to make that to one of the people that came to your awareness. Because bear in mind, I definitely feel, because they've got me to do this for this long, something could come up to your awareness later. But if God and the angels want to have it, and the people's souls that are all involved want to have it, that this just happens in the spiritual realms, in the energy realms, or even in the astral, in the dream time, then so be that too. Sometimes it's that's going to be the better way, but whatever it is. And like I say, I'm just going to buffer this with, if there is anyone that still unfortunately has ill intentions or intent to harm or anything like that, those energies they don't even get into this, they're not welcome. And including like if somebody's watching this, like, again, and think about what this is about. It's like, being nasty towards me or bullying me, because that is bullying actually. If people are making fun of me, that's bullying. Newsflash, if anybody is doing that. If you're making fun of people online or in person, that's bullying. So, it's good to own it if that is anybody that's doing that to me or anyone out there. I was having a conversation with this about online just recently, that it's one of the things I really can't stand, being a Scorpio rising. And I've never understood it, people that play practical jokes on me. I don't even like practical jokes and stuff like that. I couldn't even do it for a second. Like, kind of say something, make somebody panic, and they'd be like, oh, I'm only kidding. Like, I'm not saying I never do that, or I haven't, but it's quite rare. It'd be quite out of I think I was channeling somebody's loved one on a live not that long ago, and I done that, and I was like, well, that's not me, because it's just totally not, I just haven't got the heart to do it. And again, it does kind of, what they're saying to me, it reminds me, because this is all the heart chakra, it reminds me of like on the twin flame journey, when people are like, oh, when some people put out messages where like, they're really getting their karma for what they done to you, whether it be like your own twin flame or a karmic ex or something. It's like, I've got all of that out there, and I don't see, like, that doesn't bring any kind of joy or peace, or it just makes me feel sad. And so I don't actually tend to watch stuff like that, and I really question and discern. But I just like to point out that I think there are some that are needed, because there are, like, this is why I'm saying it is unfortunate, there are some people that they just don't learn, and they do want to cause harm, and they're not willing to, they don't seem to have a basically, like, consciousness at all, or that, it's so, but yeah, so anyone like that, again, I'm just going to pray, and I just ask us all to pray right now, anyone like that might be watching this, or anyone out there that is, connected to anyone watching this, I'm praying that you can find the healing that you need to start your healing journey. It's not too late to, they're borrowing it from Vanilla Sky. Every passing minute is another chance to turn it all around. And if you want to be freed from behaviour you're not proud of, which, like I said, I feel if everyone's being honest, we should all be doing some shamanic work here with this. I would, if you think you're perfect and you've got nothing to do there and you've never hurt anybody's feelings ever, you know, there's a lot more work to do there, basically, because we all have, including me. I've definitely hurt people's feelings as well when I've not known better, so it's... And actually, yeah, if anyone watches it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anybody that might be watching this right now, you know. None of us are perfect. We have to accept that. When you know better, you can do better. That's really beautiful. So we've pulled all our own energy back, and we've blocked out the haters, and we've prayed for the haters, and it actually reached like 555 when I said that. But keep your eyes closed. So that was all at the heart. So now the energy moves down over your solar plexus, and we call back our power wherever we've knowingly or unknowingly given our power away. Perhaps the people that haven't been very nice to us. When we felt like we have to defend ourselves. Maybe you've let yourself down. Maybe you feel people have let you down. Wherever anyone's stuck with anger, you know, because the solar plexus is joy, it's happiness, it's power, it's abundance. Abundance is happiness and money, remember. And if you're holding on to that, you know, that tense kind of, I'm going to get them back, or, you know, or anything like that, like, just let it go. And I'm actually just going to warn you right now, I'm going to shake the rattle, right? So we're going to clear that, the solar plexus. So it's a bit loud. I hope nobody fell asleep. And so now I just want you to imagine a bright yellow sunshine at your solar plexus, spinning round really fast, cleansing, clearing and balancing your solar plexus, sparkling it back up, bringing it back a bit of joy, clearing that stuck energy at the solar plexus. You never know, that might actually clear up some stuck energy, allowing actual abundance, money to come your way if that's a problem, because I know lots of people can, you know, be stuck with that. So we're calling for that to come in. Your divine inheritance. And now the energy moves down over the sacral chakra. And again, we're calling back our own energy here. So anywhere where anybody may have toxic hooks at the sacral chakra for any reason, I'll not go too deep with that, but whether it be from anything from any time in your life or past lives, we're asking to be freed from any of that and to call back any of our energy from wherever our energy is scattered, but we're calling it back healthy, healed and whole. So like I explained on the live the other night, that can even be like, you know, a fumble in the dark that you've had with somebody a very long time ago or something. You might not even know their name. Let's get real about it. That can happen. It can happen, but I just like to say it doesn't happen to everyone. Not everybody has actually had one night stands. So go you. There's some people listening to this that could be full on celibate. So there's a heart in the clouds right now as I'm filming this. I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna pause this and take a picture. So look, I can actually show you on here. Like that's. I bet you that's because, like, look, I'm channeling, like, God source energy. Like, look, it's, I don't know at all. Permission to open your eyes if you can. Although if you feel like you can't, it's because, you know, I've probably put you into hypnosis, which I'm going to take you out of. But if you can open your eyes, just open them quickly to see. You can kind of see it. I'll put it on the community tab. Right, close your eyes again now. And so now, yeah, because it's gone. So how amazing. That just never fails to amaze me. They got me, they just Hold my eyes up to the heart. That, that's what they're saying. Because, yes, sacral chakra, and it just reached 1 minute. Oh, and also because I just went, well, that was, anyway, that sounded a bit, look, yes, anyway, but like, you know, sacred union energy, that's what we'll say, because it's like clearing the dark energy, or anywhere where anyone's holding on to your energy, any like X's there, you know, because there seems to be a lot of that going about, where people seem to think they have some kind of hold on you. And we're talking about, some people have got people from like decades ago that are still hanging around, so we're clearing that too. Okay, that's quite deep. So yeah, basically, but I feel the heart in the clouds there was about, there is love coming. There's some people listening to this that love is coming a lot sooner than you think. So believe it, baby. I don't think there's anything wrong with you believing that, but love is here right now. Love yourself. I know that's cheesy, but that's what they got me to say. Love yourself right now. Keep living your best life. And your person will come in divine time. So, but that, like I said, that is very special if that's only been like that for a few seconds and now it's completely gone. Yeah, so now what they're getting me to do is, at the sacral chakra, right, I want you to say silently in your head, and I'm going to say it loud now, so just say, I want you to say telepathically to the person that you feel has a hold over you like that, basically sexually, not necessarily sexually, or like, it feels like an addictive codependent way or something. Like, if I don't know, if it feels like if people have been used to being mistreated a bit or something, and then you've attracted somebody into your life that is treating you the way that, yeah, it feels like attachment wounds here, then I just want you to, or it could be something from a past life too, but whatever it is for you, I just want you to say something general along the lines of, I know I must have had some kind of karmic contract with you that meant that I just allowed you to treat me like that, whatever that means. But that karmic contract ends now, and I'm taking my power back right this moment. You're not allowed to treat me this way. Leave me alone. Or just put in your own words. But I want you to say that, because if you can't actually say that to somebody in your literal life, I do feel this will free up a bit of energy. Because like I said, everything I do is a prayer and deliverance, and mixed in with all the bits and bobs I do. So whether you believe in hypnotherapy, great, it's hypnotherapy. If you believe in shamanic journey, great, shamanic journey. Soul retrieval, everything I do is soul retrieval. Reiki, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's covering quite a load of bases, but this has turned out to be quite a big clearing. So I'll decide where it is they want me to put this, whether it's free on YouTube for everyone or the membership. But think about it, I don't think any karmic energies are going to invest in a paid membership. But you never know, some people you see are pretty dark and they do want to keep an eye. But I feel this is something that everybody needs. So yeah, just give yourself a moment to say what you don't feel like for whatever reason you can say. And can I just say as well, they're getting me to say that, you know, like, some of these people could be really close people in your life that you love, and you just might feel awkward about saying that to them, or you don't want to hurt their feelings. And that's okay. This is why you do it energetically, and you just never know what might free up in your life because of that. All I would ask is that a nice way of which you could repay me is by, like I say, like, you could literally, they're just reminding me, because it's the 8th house stuff going on, you could literally donate to the channel, because it's our channel and it's giving back to the soul family, and it allows me to get some fun cards for us, or I don't know, get me a pint of milk if I've run out or something as well. Like, you know, it basically, yeah, it makes me more able to look after me, and then I'm able to look after all of you, because it's like I'm healing the inner child. But if you're not able to do that, see, an alarm's just come up on my phone saying focus on shamanic journeys and healings. Well, I'm doing that, so I'm being a good girl there. My good karma will come back. But but yeah, if you're not able to do that, you could leave a comment letting me know how this helped you, either during it or come back after 3 weeks from now, depending wherever you watch it, whether I put it out in real time or whenever you find this. I would really be very grateful if you come back and leave a comment. And let's manifest. I don't really like to say the word manifest because there's a lot of people that teach that in a very dark way, but I teach it in my own way. And let's manifest that at some point this video is full of either comments of telling me, how what the experiences you had. If you want to, you don't have to. But they're telling me for some reason, I don't know why that colour, but if this helped you in any way possible and you feel strong enough to do it, I'm inviting you. So it's not at all a requirement, right? Just put a green emoji heart. I don't know why green, but I suppose it's to do with the heart chakra, but that's what they said to me. So let's see if we can get a few more people talking around here, because that's what I can feel very emotional when I say that I feel there's a lot of people that it's really quite scary to talk on, like, YouTube, basically, like, definitely like what I'm doing right now. And I can understand, I do know a lot of people have got fears around that. And again, you can talk to me in a personal session, I can help you with stuff like that. Or but I'm meaning, like, in general, like, you're even afraid to leave a standing comment on a channel or on a live chat. And that does upset me, because we're a really friendly bunch around here, and there's going to be bumps in the road, and there's going to be people shadows bumping into each other. And, like I said, what I mean, it's butthurt, as I like to say, like, people can, that's very well known in, well, life, but with shamanic energy too, it's like, yeah, we're souls having a human experience. People are going to trigger people from time to time, and I trigger people all the time because it's what I'm here to do, to help people with spiritual awakening. And it's it's not easy. So I'm just owning that for myself. It's not easy being a spiritual teacher. It's not easy being a shamanic teacher. Yeah, and I don't claim to be perfect. I'm a person too, but one thing I do pride myself on is I like to see people. I like to value them. And but I can't see you if you never get involved, kind of thing. Unless you obviously are like a shy person that connects with me one-to-one. But I see you, all the shy lurkers as well. And I also see the shy haters, but I feel them more like. But yes. Oh, that's really rather lovely. So, yes, calling all of our healed sacral chakra energy back to us. Oh yes, so I'm going to stay quiet, so because I spoke for quite a lot. So just, again, say whatever it is you want to say to whoever it is in your life, and remember, it can be people that you love dearly, and maybe you've never going to have the courage to say them, and it can also be someone in the spirit world, if you never got a chance to say. But just make sure that you say something about, this karmic contract is over, the way you've treated me stops now, and I'm taking back my power. Okay, say something like that, and then when you hear my voice again, it will be to guide the energy down to the root, to cut off from the old earth, to connect to the new earth. And I mean, I might just wrap it up. Oh, my eyes just looked at the time. My birthday number's 1804, and if you're new around here, that means union, because it's the Four of Wands, the union card, twin flame union, inner union too. And also it's 108 is 1 hour 8 minutes, and that's a number of abundance. So ooh, definitely call in abundance. I'm going to pause this because there's noise outside. Right, you calm down. God, someone was, again, see, there's a lot of chaotic energy out there. Okay, so Pisces moon, it's emotional, so people can be a bit emotional. And again, there's nothing wrong with being sensitive. It's a very beautiful moon if you are a Pisces. My Pisces moon people out there, very beautiful moon. But that also has a shadow, which I've spoke about. Well, I speak about it quite a lot, but I speak about the light and the shadow of all the signs. But I've spoke about more personally that I've had a lot of interesting experiences with Pisces moon people. But Pisces moon is to do with copying, you see, so it's there's must just be an interesting contract that I've got with not everyone like that, but quite a fair few people. So that must be happening to somebody for me to say that. Might be happening to me for all I know, but anyway, let's. What you don't know don't hurt you sometimes, guys. So hopefully you've had enough time to finish up saying what you need to say to the person in your life, or more people if you've said what you need to say. Okay, so wow, I closed my eyes and done that too, and it's kind of interesting when you do, you know, the people that pop into your awareness. Oh, because wait a minute, someone else just came to mind there as well. That's really quite emotional, you know, because I was getting a lot of people coming to mind that I know that I've it's just, I'm not actually going to go too deep in it, but it's just interesting. It's like people that I know that like it's stuff to do with work stuff coming there, isn't it? Like from way back. It's kind of interesting that it's like, you know. Right, okay, so another walks of life, that's let's just put it that. But so now because I'm a teacher with a difference, because I like to do it for me too. You know what I mean? Because some people can come from, oh yeah, I'm perfect. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm further on than a lot of people. Like that's just a fact. But I still like to get involved and do it too, because I've got an inner child, and you know it's all that kind of stuff. So, and I've got a shadow. Everyone's got a shadow. Nothing wrong with your shadow, by the way. What's important is that you integrate it. That's why I always talk about that. Is that it's we've all got a past, and we've all not acted so great in the past, or even that could even be yesterday for some people. I could even be the day you're listening to this. Like I could have converted some people that are freaking no acting very nice out there to people. Hopefully. Wow, I just got drawn to an amazing synchronicity that happened today, and then I just saw that's amazing. So, and I'm keeping that to myself. But now the energy, now we're just sending those people away. Yeah, but again, remember that can be if it's sending people away that are not in your life. Like you know, this karmic contract is over. I've learned what I need to learn. Stop this now. It ends now. You know, that's what I feel people need, something like that. And then if it's, and same, yeah, if it's someone in your life that you love dearly and there's some kind of weirdness going on, same thing, stops now. But you're saying it in your own voice, right? And then let's see if that actually gives you the courage to do it in actual real life too. Because this is real life, this is real energy work. But let's see if there's a situation that arises where you can do it in the physical. And again, let me know. And again, if you don't want to leave a comment as well, or even the green heart, you know, you could just email me and let me know. I'd love to hear from you. So I can't always guarantee I'm going to get back to people right away, but I'd love to, you know, hear from you, because I know that people might be scared to do things like that. So now the energy moves. All this says, yeah, I'm just buffering that way because I'm teaching about boundaries. I can't take in like huge, big, long, massive. I'm not asking people to trauma dump on me, basically, because I have had that in the past from people, and it's I can't be doing that because I get really very easily overwhelmed and I already do enough. So just to be clear, you know, you can email to specifically about this to say how it helped you, and you know, that's, I don't mind, you know. So it could be, you know, longer in the case of that. I don't mind, but generally, I'm not like, it's not a free for all. Like, oh yeah, anyone just email, because actually that would be like email counselling, you know. Could, if people want that as a paid service, I could do that. But right. So basically, cards have just fallen at me, so I'll do this next bit. So yeah, and then send that version away. Thank them for listening to you, and let me know what happens. And then so now the energy goes down over the root chakra, calling in stability, security, safety. Wherever anyone feels a bit destabilized right now, we're calling in grounding, safety. Oh, that's interesting. I've just looked at a card that says soul guidance. And so the roots of the tree grow down, 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 all the way down, taking all the stress and the pain from the past and the past lives, all the heaviness, and just see it going down, 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 all the way, from roots of the tree, going all the way through the ground, all the way down to Mother Earth, however you imagine that to be. And now just release it. Let it all go. Let it all go. You've learnt your lesson. Karma's complete in there. And we cut the cords of Archangel Michael to the old earth. Fear, lack and negativity, and we connect to the new earth. We connect new, stronger cords coming out from our feet and down to the new earth, however you imagine that to be, and connect to the new earth of peace, calm, abundance, balance of your inner masculine and feminine, meaning that you've got a healthy balance of your inner masculine and feminine within you, attracting healthy, balanced, reciprocal relationships of all kinds around you. It means you can still do like altruistic, compassionate things for people without expecting anything back in return. Because it is lovely to do that. Like, it's good just to pay it forward, and somebody doesn't have to. Like, that's why I'm saying, you know, like if you're in a position to support and give gratitude, then in some sort of way, then amazing, do that. Or even book a session. If you're overdue a session, book a session. That's a brilliant way to support my small business, or tell somebody else that could do with my help. Or just simply send out love and prayers and gratitude from your heart just now to me, or put that wee green heart in the comments when you open your eyes. So but none of it is a necessity, is what I'm saying. So now I want you to pull up whatever it is you feel you need from that new earth energy today. Let's all call up a miracle, because whenever you listen to this, we could all do with a miracle. Whether it's a money miracle, a work miracle, you land a big new client, or something amazing happens with your work that's like, oh, this is a miracle. Or a love miracle. I didn't say that first. No, it was money that came through first, guys. What's that all about? That must be the strongest combined thing that people are thinking about, right? I suppose it makes sense in this, with the old earth and the new earth, we're all calling in their abundance of a different kind. But yeah, just a miracle, a health miracle. Yes, absolutely holding space for health miracles. And again, same thing. I love to hear whatever you've experienced. So whether it be in public or you can email me. And whatever else. I'm just going to stay quiet for a moment and send out my prayers for whatever you need that for. Okay. And now they're saying to me that we don't need to go on the shamanic journey, because they're saying that because I talk for so long, there's there actually isn't a need. I was going to guide us through a door and into the next bit, but they're saying because of how we done it that way that we don't need to. So again, I just go with the flow and see what comes through, and the healing just comes through my voice, you see, and with all the way that the Gemini planets are conjunct in my North Node right now, like I always say, I could sit here and reel off what I had for my tea the last 5 nights and the healing would come through, so, but I actually couldn't because I can never remember stuff like that. I had a nice burger yesterday and I think I'm actually just going to have the same tonight, but it's, but yeah, so anyway, I hope this helped people, and so what I'm going to just do just now is I'm going to count from 10 to 1, and when I get to 2, you're going to think about opening your eyes, and when I get to 1, you're going to open your eyes, wide awake, back on the video, and I'm going to pull a card and see what comes out. So, ready to come back now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, coming back, feeling lighter and a bit happier than you were before. Even if you were really happy before, you're even happier, and absolutely expecting a miracle. It might not necessarily be the miracle that you want to happen. It could be, but it could be some other kind of miracle on the way to that miracle that you want. So just be open for a miracle. Leave it open. Pisces moon, the beautiful side of a Pisces moon is miracles. It's believing in the unseen. And I'm just laughing because when my pal was driving me back, we were listening, well, Frozen several times, but Into the Unknown was playing, so in the car and in the house, and so I'm probably going to be singing it like for it. But I mean, I love that song anyway. But yeah, Into the Unknown. It's unknown right now. It's unseen. So 2, thinking about opening your eyes. 1, open your eyes, wide awake. So I'll let you come to a little bit. This is a soul guidance that when I was shuffling there, when I was just talking, I feel this is the happiness and the transformation that people are going to get from listening to, from the guidance that came from your soul. Maybe even your twin flame soul, depending on the different. I didn't really, well, they didn't, the guides are speaking through me, but they didn't get me to home in on too much about it being about, you and your twin flame and the love, because you're the same energy anyway. So it's just more about helping whether you're divine feminine, divine masculine, regardless of your gender, but the guidance from your soul. And I'll just give these another wee shuffle. I think I'll pull a surrender card and I'll just call it a day, because I don't know if I'm going to want to film a video now, but I'll just see. Clairvoyant. So yeah, I really do feel as well that, this could be activating, opening up your clairvoyance a bit more, because I ain't called this for no reason. The wonder of colours. Look at what I said. Some of you might not remember what I said if you went into hypnosis, actually, because again, this is the thing. This is why I say, like, if you're new, don't listen to me. Please don't listen to me driving, and I'm not kidding. I don't care if I'm doing a live and I'm really animated as well. It's not wise. It's because my voice is so meditative, whatever, put you into a meditative state. I put people into that real deep state of trance. It's not safe, even when I don't mean to, you see. So with great power comes great responsibility. So I'm saying don't, but that might be the thumbnail. I'm just going to shuffle these once more, and then, because I want to do the video after. Oh my god, that's so beautiful. That's really funny. I get what they're saying. Look, powered up that. No, where's the color card? Even that. Wow. Thumbnail, guys. The power of empathy. I think we'll leave it out, right? Ethical awareness. That's my lady Nada Saint Germain energy coming in there. Karmic justice, legal justice, transmute and heavy energy. The medium's toolbox. You see, I always say that, like, a shaman has a toolbox of many different things, but I'm a medium as well, so yeah, shaman, medium's toolbox. That's why I'm also, I don't know what to call this, because it's about, like, the invisible shield, called in for that protection for us as well, feathers might be significant. The power of prayer. Well, surely I don't need to explain that one. I think I want that one and that one. And clairaudience. And we were listening back for the guidance as well. Yeah, I think these two. So I'm just going to do my smile and wave for the... And then... my eyes are going blurry because of my contacts, so... Yeah. Right, so let's now shuffle. What do we need to know? What would help some of the people that were guided to listen to this, whether it's in real time or however further down the line. Further down the line when there's at least a few wee green hearts there, even if it's just mine. I'll start it off. Wow. Surrender, defensiveness. See what I mean? Like, this is what I felt at the solar plexus. Like, there's a reason why any of you, because we can all be defensive somewhere, there's a reason why you're like that. And you know, the more you heal yourself, the more that'll fade away. I used to be extremely defensive. I mean, I'm an Aries, but I'm not. Again, I'm not a typical Aries. I am in some ways, but with it being in the 6th house, you know, like I said, I'm very polite. Okay, I might be blunt with my Sag moon, but I am very polite and I'm very humble. But again, people can get confused with that too, because I'm very confident too. Like, it is possible to be both. But and life humbles me, you know. Reminds me of what the medical medium says in his very first book, was that whenever he got up to above his station, like, he got hit in the face by a literal rake. So if any other mediums need that in their medium's toolbox about, you know, don't get too above your station, medium or healer. Because that's what I'm a mediumship mentor and a shamanic teacher. You know, it's like I can help you with doing the stuff that I do as well. But that's a good thing to take on board. Don't get too cocky and think, you know, it's that's what I mean. Like, I still get worried when it's like, oh, the thing comes out that I've said, but it's like, it's, you know, it's God speaking through me. And or even when it's not, and it's you know, but most of the time it's you know, the guides and the loved ones in spirit. It's I've done the work to be a pure channel to give that across, but it's because I'm hungle. I am hungry. I don't know what hungle is. That's probably a word. Every time I say that, I look it up and I'm like, that's a word. Yeah, because I'm hungle. Guys, what the fuck does that mean? Wait a minute, I'm hungle. Are you kidding me? Why do I keep saying that? I keep going to say humble and of integrity, and I'm saying hungle. Maybe I've made up a word. It's that's why they choose me, or anyone, to do that. Basically, it's like when you say, you know what I mean, if somebody is slightly psychic, or you've got an ability to do mediumship, but you've got some kind of weird agenda, or, you know, it's like, you know, spiritual leader. That's why you can get some kind of Hitler kind of spiritual gurus that are actually like in it for the power trip. You know, life will humble you. If you got bad intentions, you'll know get very far. So that must be. I'm going to write, is hungle a word? You're like thinking, what is hungle? Hungle a word? Nah, it's coming up jungle. I don't know what that's all about. Is that a word in somebody else's language? Maybe it's some kind of light language or something. I don't know. But you know. Hungle. Integrity and hungle. Defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. That actually is kind of amazing. Like I said, if you didn't go into a deep meditative state and you can't remember what was said, and again, I would just advise you to listen to it again if you can be bothered, because I know it's long, when you're doing the dishes, when you can't fall asleep, you know, something to keep you more conscious. Because I mean, I'll watch it, you know, I might fall asleep too, but I'll watch it back when I'm doing something to see what came through there. But that's very in line with what came through. It did feel like I was clearing energy for a lot of people that need to have like deep conversation. A lot of twin flames that need to have some deep conversations without that. But this doesn't need to be necessarily about you and your twin flame, you and somebody else in your life, like maybe karmic partners that you need to clear something karma wise before you. But that's very interesting. What else? It's about to pour down with rain. Surrender to non-action. Now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. That absolutely feels like divine feminine energy. I feel the message here is they're just sneaking in a wee. See, now the twin flame stuff. I mean, it's all twin flame stuff for me, but it's like, it feels like, you know, the message was there to focus on wherever you're at, whoever you are, whatever gender you are, whatever twin flame you are. And even if you're not a twin flame, like I said, people that, you know, let me know if this helped you, because this wasn't, maybe this is the start of the ones that aren't necessarily aimed at only twin flames, because this would help anyone. So again, really let me know. I would love it if you're not a twin flame and that helped you. But for the twin flames, because that's who my purpose is primarily here to help. There's something here about, you know, being in your feminine energy, and I feel it's helping. It's helping balance out the energies here a bit, or whatever else that means to you. Surrender to divine timing, and that's what I said, you got to let it go. Sometimes divine timing may differ from your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust in universal flow. Right, that's amazing, because that's when I said the bit about the miracle that happens might not be the miracle that you want right now, but it's another miracle in the way to your miracle. I might write that down in a quote, because that's kind of lovely what's come through. But be open, you know, so in case we want that one. And they tell me one more, and then I'll close this. I might go, no, I'm going to, I was going to say I might go to have my burger now, but I think I'll just actually power through and do one of the usual therapy ones, and then I'll go and eat. Get a wee early night, I think. Right, so okay, I'm going to show you the two, because look, surrender to spirit and surrender to setting limits. But I'll read this one first. Actually, no, that last, because that's really what it's all been about. So surrender to spirit, or God, or a higher power, angels, whatever you want to call it. Once you've done everything you can to achieve a goal, turn the situation over to the divine and let spirit work its magic for you. Couldn't get any more Pisces moon. Like I said, it's about believing in miracles. It's about prayer. We had the power of prayer. And look at what this was about as well, big time. Surrender to setting limits, also very Pisces moon. It's healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. So like this is, so again, I'm being serious, this really isn't just aimed at twin flames, you know, it is absolutely going to help people in the twin flame journey where you need to do that, but it's yeah, quite interesting. Right, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Surrender to your intuitions on the bottom too, and I think this is about, you know, tune into your inner voice. That's all, these are very Pisces. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. Oh, I've just realised, with me talking about seer abilities and clairvoyance so much yesterday, I feel that I'm actually just realising that'll be to help some of you that have been having some extreme third eye activations. I'm just sort of calling in and asking for some grounding for, you know, so that you can keep seeing and your third eye is still open and having these, but like if it's overwhelming you, that it's to just ask for a bit of grounding wherever people need that. And like you said, if it's really coming on full on and you need mentoring and support, then we'll book a session. But yes, my work here is done. Very, very interesting how this came through, but it's no different from any of the other, you know, I don't judge it now, because if you watch back some other ones that are really like hidden gems, they're not on playlists a lot. Well, some of them are, but there's loads that aren't on it. You know, I might actually take the tedious task of going through the whole videos and adding the rest of them so that people can find it more easily. But the reason I'm not so keen on having a playlist is, you know, it's not wise to listen to everything I do back to back. So I wouldn't advise that you kind of put it on one and leave, you know, that's not good, because you need to integrate the energy. It's too much. So I was going to say, if people could promise that they won't do that, but I mean, you know, that's where you've got to take your own personal responsibility. You can trust that I'm telling you the truth when I say that, or you can think that you're going to become, like I always say, like Superwoman or She-Ra or He-Man or something, but you're not. It'll just overwhelm you. You've an emotional wreck. And the thing is, with soul retrieval, you can be an emotional wreck anyway. So on that note, because this was soul retrieval of quite a lot, be very, very kind and gentle to yourself for the next 3 weeks. Notice the synchronicities and the changes in yourself. Notice where you're more able to say no, or where there's more forgiveness, compassion. Be open for miracles. And you know, one of the main things about my purpose is it's the thing from Brave. I'm here to mend the bonds hurt by pride. And think about how much that happens with twin flame dynamics, and because it's you against yourself at certain points, and you making peace with yourself and your person, in divine timing when you let go, and also yeah, definitely karmic energies, anyone. So you know that's how it's helpful for everyone. But you know, I thought, you know, look, we could have been ending it on the 144, but again, I'm not going to sit here and do it because I feel quite tired. I don't know if I'm going to do a video. I think I'm going to have I'm going to be kind to myself again, because remember what I've said about fasting. I think I'm going to make a wee coffee, and I'll have the coffee beside me as I film Therapy Thursday. But yeah, honestly, I really, really hope this helped you. And I actually feel like I could burst out crying. I've not had a lot of sleep again, but I've got a good feeling about this. So let me know how you found it. See you later. Lots of love.